Good morning, family. This is Shirley Husar, and you are watching Shirley's World. So, I woke up this morning with the news of hearing about how the coronavirus is now in Nigeria, Africa. And I thought this morning I would talk about a couple of things. Three major news stories. One is the coronavirus has now plagued Africa, as we knew it was going to happen. Number two, the Pope is sick, and allegedly, there are people who have concerns that he may have the coronavirus, and also that the Chinese people are still flying into America via other avenues. And I thought what I could do is share my opinion of the coronavirus and how we need to prepare ourselves because it is here in America and many people are taking it serious and some people aren't. For those who don't know me, my name is Shirley. I'm the CEO of Urban Game Changers. Now, I know it's early in the morning. A lot of my followers are going to say, I did not know you were going on this early, but I still feel that it's very important that we get this subject matter front and center so that we can deal with the coronavirus. I think one thing that we have to keep in mind, and for those who have us who live in California, we're dealing with people who are a lot of people from a lot of foreign different countries, and I shared that with a video I talked about before with China and Chinatown being established in San Francisco. So it was most likely that the coronavirus, if it was going to hit, it was going to hit San Francisco. There are many flights that fly in and out of America, but San Francisco seems to have the coronavirus the first. So for those who might be under a rock, don't know what a coronavirus is, this is it. It's a virus that is basically it travels through the air. It has common similar traits of like a cold, um, a respiratory, but it affects animals and human, animal to human. This virus and I haven't studied it. I know Mr. Research would know more, but apparently this particular virus was congregated within labs. So one of the conversations that me and Mr. Research had was, if you just looked at this as the virus right here, as the O in the center of corona, it's a complex virus. Unlike any other viruses, most viruses are congregated through natural air and dirt and all this other stuff. I'm not a science person, so don't hold me hostage to what I'm stating. I think the point I'm trying to make is that it's man made, creative made that got out, apparently out of the laboratories. That's the point I'm trying to make you guys understand that it's not a common virus. It is not a normal created naturally virus. This is a virus that was complexly created in a lab, which has concerns for many of us who are out here thinking this is not something that's going to be a quick fix because it's spreading rapidly. So what are the signs? One of the signs are runny noses, fever, coughing, and I think headaches, sore throat. Um, you just feel like you've been under the weather. Your nose is constantly running and running and running. It's similar traits to a cold, but it is not a cold. It is a virus that is very serious. And this is another way you can catch it. People rub their nose and then they wipe it on napkins and towels or whatever and tissues. And then people are coughing and it also lives. They say once you cough, it'll continue to live for a couple of hours after you've coughed. How it's spread. Okay, this is what you have to be very careful. Again, people blow their nose, they shake your hands. From I think that I'm giving you a warning. This is what I'm doing. I'm not shaking people's hands as much as I used to. I'm not hugging you, so don't come up to me and hug me because I'm gonna do an Oprah. So thank you very much and put my hands up. Another thing I think that we need to be careful about is when we go to the grocery store. And you know how you have those carts and you push them. Yeah, you need to be careful with those carts because people are sneezing all the times. When you push buttons, when you go get gas, you know how you go get gas, or you pushing buttons to put your account in. I mean, you guys really have to be conscious of your hands. Have some hand sanitizers when you know you've touched something outside of the norm that's very repetitively used. Like I saw you pushing, you getting ATM machines. If you're getting something out of a vending machine, you need to make sure you wash your hands. This is very, very important because it's the little things that we're not doing, and you got to make sure you just wash your hands at all time. Washing your hands prevents it. Oh, another thing, keep your hands and everything from away from your face. I found this information on Twitter, which I thought was very helpful, by the way. So I'll put the links below where I get this information. I'm not a scientist. I'm just doing research, and I think that no one is just giving basic awareness of what's going on. Okay, so let's talk about Nigeria. Um, let's listen to this story.
The coronavirus was confirmed in the Chinese city of Wuhan on January 7th, 2020. Cases have since been confirmed in several other Asian countries, Europe and the United States. The World Health Organization, WHO, has since declared it a public health emergency of international dimensions. WHO Chief Tedros Ghebereyesus said whilst China had a robust health system to detect and control, his outfit remained concerned about the virus entering countries with weak systems. Almost all African governments have publicly put in place strict screening at points of entry, especially airports. Ivory Coast, Kenya, Ethiopia and Botswana have recorded suspected cases. All except Botswana have reported that the tests were negative. African Airlines have cancelled scheduled flights to China except for Ethiopian Airlines. Coronaviruses are a family of viruses that range from the common cold to MERS coronavirus, which is Middle East Respiratory Syndrome coronavirus, and SARS, Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome coronavirus. In this article, we will share the latest developments as authorities implement measures to contain the spread of the virus, especially on the African continent. Nigeria records first case. 2 South Africans test positive in Japan. South Africa to expatriate citizens. Chinese airline resumes flights to Kenya. Uganda, Kenya defends stance on evacuations. Kenya to send upkeep to students in Wuhan. Zimbabwean woman tests negative. Rwanda's health minister fired. Chinese national quarantined in Kenya. West African countries collaborate. Egypt records Africa's first case. Uganda to send financial assistance to stranded students. Chinese doctor in Liberia offers help South African company to export face masks to China. Africa's response capacity boosted by WHO. Ethiopian defends stance on flying to China. Africa NEC asks countries to allow citizens return home. Ethiopia to quarantine all
Wuhan entries. Okay, I wanted to stop right here because they keep saying we're quarantining these people from entering, but these people are still entering into America. I'm going to show you that in a second. This has great concern because, as we already know, it is already here in America. So it's not a matter of if, it's when and what we need to do. Let me say that again. It's not a matter if it'll come to your community. It's a matter of when and what will you do. And so there are things that I think that we need to take precautions of. One, I just really think that you guys need to look into getting disposable toxic masks. These are ones I saw on Amazon. Dust filters. These prices have tripled, by the way. These masks were never this high, but now these masks are $60 for a pack of 50, and they still have them because I looked and I said, okay, so you can get them by next Tuesday. The 3M is the most popular, and you can't get those till April. Because I had looked and see if I get this one with 3M mask to work. These right here, look. This one I looked at. These are the 3M, and I don't know what can you get these? I think you can still get these. They must have restocked them. But people are more conscious. You need disposable masks because if you get the mask, these are the common masks that you see. Some people don't like these type of masks, but yeah, you can still get them. You can get these are a pack of how many on this mask? Oh, pack of 10. These are a pack of 10 for 16. And again, you want to dispose them. You don't want to think you have this mask and you wash your face with it. Let's learn a little bit. I think I have found a way to, how do you put the mask on? Let's look at that.
Works. It works. We have done many studies. Believe me, it works. But several things. Number one, you must have the right protective equipment, the right mask. Now, this is the right mask. You see, it has a blue color on the outside because it's waterproof. Then you have a white on the inside, which is absorbent.
Yeah.
So if I cough, it absorbs it. Now, so you're going to wear it like this. The blue on the outside, the white on the inside. You have seen people wearing it like this. Totally wrong, you see. You see people have wearing masks as only one piece of paper. Those are not for infection control. You can see this here, this tight little thick band here is to show you that you should put it on the top.
Yep.
Why? Because once you wear it, then you squeeze it so that it matches.
You got to pinch the nose, yeah.
Pinch the nose, and then you put it down. Very important because you don't want it to fall like this. If you see someone doing it, say, hey, please, you got to cover your nose. Have you seen doctors doing this? Talking to you like this.
Yeah.
This is wrong. The removal is just as important. You've got to listen to this. Because once you wear a mask, you should consider it dirty. Then when you remove, you don't touch it. You remove it such that,
everything's falling.
You remove it such that it touches the, so sorry. You remove it, don't touch it and drop it.
Yeah.
And then do hand hygiene.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to play that and talk about it again.
It works. We have done many studies. Believe me, it works. But several things. Number one, you must have the right protective equipment, the right mask.
He said that the right mask. He said the blue is on the outside and the white is in the inside.
Now, this is the right mask.
That's the right
You
mask.
see, it has a blue color on the outside.
See, there's a blue color on the outside. I'm going to show you those masks, not the 3M masks. You can still buy these masks in a set of 10 for $16.
Because it's waterproof. Then you have a white on the inside, which is absorbent.
So he says you want the proof. So I'm making an assumption that it shows if something touches the outside. Maybe it activates the colors. I don't know, but I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
So if I cough, it absorbs it. Now, so you're going to wear it like this. The blue on the outside, the white on the inside. You have seen people wearing it like this. Totally wrong, you see. You see people have wearing masks as only one piece of paper. Those are not for infection control. You can see this here, this tight little thick band here is to show you that you should put it on the top.
Yep.
What?
I thought that was interesting. You put it on the top of the nose, and when you put it on the top of the nose, you pinch to get it to form to the body. Form to the face. I never would have thought of that. I would just say, okay, put it on my face. But he's telling me that what we need to do is form it to our face, family.
Why? Because once you wear it, then you squeeze it so that it
squeeze it.
matches.
You got to pinch the nose, yeah.
Pinch the nose, and then you put it down.
Yeah.
Very important because you don't want it to fall like this. If you see someone doing it, say, hey, please, you got to cover your nose. Have you seen doctors doing this? Talking to you like this.
Yeah.
This is wrong. The removal is just as important. You've got to listen to this. Because once you wear a mask, you should consider it dirty.
Right.
Then when you remove, you don't touch it. You remove it such that,
you remove it and then you throw it away. So many of us who are traveling on planes, buses, if you're in a high concentrated area where you know that there are a lot of people who may or may not know that they may be sick, like the malls, like certain malls. I'm not going into that mall. I told you I went to Ontario Mills Malls, and my son said, you acting paranoid. I said, you can call me anything you want. Stupid, you will not. So I made sure my hands and my face was covered, and I think it's something that we all need to be conscious of. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, family. Hey, Caroline. Thank you so much for moderating. I just love you so much. You are truly, truly a blessing. Make sure you guys subscribe. And I do now have, I have the app where you can Cash App, and I'll put that in the link after this video. If you can make a donation, it would help me a lot. I got my mask yesterday from the hardware store, and they are selling out everywhere. Yes, they are, Ashley. Okay, y'all need to pay attention to what Ashley's telling you. And I'm telling you the mask that you should wear. Hold on, Ashley. I want to show you the mask that, according to that doctor, though, there's a specific type of mask. This is the mask you need, and they are still in stock. They're in stock. These are the ones we all should be ordering, the medical masks, not just the other ones, because these medical masks are lightweight and they form. See where it says anti-dust. Let me kind of blow that up so you guys can see that. See that right there? Anti-dust, breathing layers, runny nose. You guys see that? That's why you need to. These are the correct masks. So these are the correct masks. So I think I'm going to order me some. I want you guys to order you some. I'm trying to save my people because, this thing is airborne. And once it hits the homeless Black people, you're done. These homeless Black people, some of us are friends and family members or cousins or just acquaintances that we know are throughout Los Angeles, particularly California, because California has a high population of foreigners and Chinese people. I'm going to talk about that too, because we got this issue of the race issue of people going to say, oh, you're discriminating. But honey, you want to stay alive, you better watch this video and keep sharing it and get the likes buttons up. Let's get those like buttons up. It's early in the morning, so forgive my enunciation and the depth of my voice. I have a deep voice in the morning. Okay. Anyway, it says you can still get them. Okay, so this is the mask, Ashley, that people need to be having. Because I was thinking more like that 3M mask. Yeah, this mask right here. I was thinking more like this mask right here. But if you saw the video I just showed you with the doctor says that you have to pinch the mask onto the face. And the 3M mask, you don't get as many masks. You get 5 masks for $11. Where the other mask, you get these masks right here. You get 16. You get how many masks? You get 10 for 16. So, either way the case, these are the masks you need to get. Now, if you want to get really safe, look, you guys, they're selling them. Look. Here's 100 masks for $190, $158, $160. Jesus, can I read? $160. Look at it this way. You can split this with a friend, right? You can split that in half or split that in the threes, 53, 53, and then everybody kind of get, all 35 masks. Or, just go ahead and get them because you don't want them to run out. Or you just want to be kind enough to pass them out. You see some of the elderly people at church. These are things that we need to be conscious of. Y'all need to go ahead and start ordering these masks by the larger portions. And please, bless some of our brothers and sisters who are out here who are trying to stay alive. They're trying to stay alive. So I think I might do that too, is order a whole bunch of these masks and just start passing them out. This is why we make donations to our channel. So we're the real news. I'm sorry, because nobody's trying to help us stay alive. They're already trying to kill us off. And I wanted to show a different perspective of what I think we should do locally and nationally and to our African brothers and sisters. Our heart go out to you, as I know your heart will go out to us. So yes, it is important. Let me kind of reduce this that we get these masks. Let's see. I think there was, if you don't want to do that many, you can. I showed you the 16. Here's some of the 50. Here's 50 here. Okay, I don't know what this one is. This looks different than the doctor's. Maybe it's the same. Okay, yeah, these are packs of 50 for $99. There's packs of 50 for $99. So I think it's better that you buy the bigger packs that you see here. Gloves. You can also get a combination here. These ones with the gloves right here. This is the gloves, and the gloves are $16 for a pack of 100. So this is 100 gloves, and again, you can get these at Amazon, and they'll ship them out in 2 days if you have Amazon Prime. If you're an Amazon Prime member, I think shipping is free. And as you can see, there's other types of gloves out there. When you are finished with the gloves, you should throw them away. Don't try to keep them and wash them all these things, you guys, we need to just throw away. So that is very important that we do that. Okay, let's look at the next question. Carol says thumbs up. Okay, this thing will really kill us all in Africa. WW or a third world country. I agree with you. But I also have to say something, Hooks. I want to say this to you. We got the issue of downtown people in LA, and that's the problem. These people are homeless. They downtown LA, and they just, the black people in America are having the same kind of problems other people are having, but we're worse because we don't have no place to go. So we'll just be coughing in tents and coughing on each other. Hopefully they'll force these people to get off of the streets. Who else? I saw some. Doug, good morning, Doug. Good morning, Doug. I can't find any disposables. I just showed you, Doug. Go to Amazon and get the mask. Go to Amazon and they have the mask. Get the blue mask. I just showed you guys. I'm going to show it again. Okay, I want to address this issue. Close the borders. Now, they said they are not allowing flights in to America. Now, listen to me. This is important that you pay attention. They said that they're not allowing flights into America. They're lying. Let me show you what they're doing, especially California, because California is such a freaking stupid ass state. They are allowing these people to come into America from China. And I'm going to show you because I figured it out. I said, oh, ain't nobody stupid. Ain't nobody stupid. Let me show you what they're doing. Okay, so here's a flight right now. I typed this in this morning. From Shanghai, China to Mexico. Now, y'all pay attention to this. Let me blow this up. Because they won't say it. Oh, they're not allowing China flights into America. No, they don't have to. They're coming from Mexico. Now, I want you to pay attention to this. Pay attention. Pay attention. Y'all see Air China? Now, look at this. They have a layover here. Look at this. 3 hours and 15 minutes. Los Angeles International Airport. They can get off, and guess what they ain't going to do? Get back on that plane. They're going to get off and go home. They're going to get off and go home. Because you're going to tell me they're going to retain these people for 3 hours and get them back on the plane? Someone says yes. Okay, look at this flight. 6 hours and 23 minutes. They're going to hold up people 6 hours and not let them walk around the airport? And some of them say, hey, I just want to get to the bathroom or something. I'm just saying, here's another one from Japan. They're flying in from Japan. Okay, now come on. If you're in China, you can fly to Japan. And if from Japan, you say you're going to Mexico. But from Mexico, you're going to what? LAX. That's 17 hours. They ain't holding them people. They're letting them people walk around the plane. And guess what those people are going to do? Because they can't fly in directly. They fly in indirectly. Y'all see that? They're flying in indirectly. And then what they're going to end up doing is getting off that plane and go, whoop, whoop. They got the little Chinese friends, and they're going to go right over to Chinatown. So we're not safe in America, especially being via California. How long are they waiting here? It's another 17-hour flight. Japan Airlines and United. Y'all see that? Look at this one's from Korea. Coming in from Korea. Korea got it too. 4 hours right here. Layover. So I wanted you to see how they coming from China straight into LAX, or they fly from Japan straight over into LAX. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Okay, good. Because I know I'm not cuckoo for Cocoa Pops. I am constantly trying to make you guys aware. And you can go to this website right here and just play around and let me know in the comments section other ways that people are coming into this country. Now, I'm going to address that question that brother just said. They should be closing these borders down. I'm sorry. You're absolutely right, Amar. They need to close these borders down and stop playing with the American people, because we have become a nation full of other cultures of people who are sickly, who disrespect this country and do not honor this country, and they want to get out of their country by any means necessary. So the first hop and stop is going to be in America, and that is really, really sad. But I'm telling you, the Africans are flooding into China like popcorn. Africans are going to be hit with China moving there in droves. Oh yes, because they're still coming in there. They're moving in droves, and it's crazy. It's crazy. John says, go buy you some Lysol spray. He says, get that Lysol spray. Okay, John, I'm listening to you. You know what I do, John? Look, this is what I'm doing. What I did. I bought a can of spray bottle, and I put alcohol in the spray bottle. I put alcohol in the spray bottle, and just straight alcohol. And before I go to bed, when I wipe my hands, now I might keep it in my car. So when I get in my car, I spray myself. So my kids know I have alcohol, rubbing alcohol, by the way, let's clarify that. Rubbing alcohol in a spray bottle. You can dilute it if you want with some peppermint for bugs and stuff like that, but it's the rubbing alcohol is what we definitely want to have in some kind of spray bottle. That is important. Okay, N95 repellent mask. Okay, you said that's a better mask. Okay, Aaron said that's a bad mask. Aaron, let me show it one more time, you guys, and I'm gonna show you the Pope. By the way, they say he might have allegedly. I'm gonna say allegedly, so y'all won't pretend for legal purposes. He's sick. We can see this in this video that we see. Poor man. He's 82 years old. And he's sick. He's not even wearing any mask. Look, the Pope. This is Pope Francis sick. February the 27th, 2020. Look at this. Pope Francis. He's coughing. His nose is running. Look at that. Look at all these other people. They got masks on. Look, you guys. Ain't nobody else coughing. Look, oh boy, with this guy on the floor. And look, now he's touching everybody. They all hug each other and kiss and all that madness. I'm just saying. There's the Pope. You saw it yourself. The Pope. The Pope. They're saying the Pope Francis was sick the day after the virus. Let's hear a little bit of this story so that you guys know about the Vatican. That's a different story. Hold on a second.
Pope Francis has come down with a slight indisposition, forcing him to cancel a planned mass in Rome, just a day after he expressed his solidarity with coronavirus sufferers around the world, and as the disease continues to spread across Italy. The illness has forced the 82-year-old pontiff to nix a penitential mass, marking the start of Lent, that he planned to celebrate at the St. John Lateran Basilica across town with Roman clergy, the Vatican said. Francis will proceed with the rest of his planned work Thursday, but preferred to stay near Santa Marta, the Vatican hotel where he lives, officials said.
Okay, so now he's teeter-tottering because he don't really want to go out because he got to stay near his home. But this man's 82 years old. 82 years old. You hear what I'm saying? And I know you had mentioned that other mask. I want to show you this man again. This man is showing you that this is the mask that you need to have.
It works. We have done many studies. Believe me, it works. But several things. Number one, you must have the right protective equipment, the right mask. Now, this is the right mask.
And those masks you can get on Amazon.
You see, it has a blue color on paper,
and then
white. So you're going to wear it like this. The blue on the outside, the white on the inside. You have seen people wearing it like this. Totally wrong, you see. You see people wearing masks, it's only one piece of paper. Those are not for infection control. You see this here? This tight little thick band here is to show you that you should put it on the top.
Yep.
Why? Because once you wear it, then you squeeze it so that it matches.
You got to pinch the nose, yeah.
You pinch the nose, and then you put it down.
Okay, so it's like an accordion. You know how you take the accordion and you open it, woo, like, you stretch it out. See how it's stretched out? That's what we all got to keep in mind. So when we buy these masks, look. It's like an accordion. It stretches out over the face, and you have to pinch it over the nose. That is the right mask. So I know the 3M mask and some of these other ones you said you said N95 mask, but that particular mask may not be the right mask. But any mask is better than no mask. Okay, what did you say? I'm going to order some masks from Amazon. Oh, good. And the Lysol, good, good, good. And like I said, get some spray, like alcohol, straight alcohol. That'll work too. Okay. So wait a second. Most masks at Amazon are not available until March. Okay. Okay, what did you say? I found one. Well, available 310. I saw that too. I think they just got some more in. You guys saw that? I think they just got some more in. And look, can you do your family a favor? Let me show you again with this Amazon situation. I really believe what we need to do is, we're trying to save and preserve our family. BF1. Somebody put that in the chat real quick. BF1, BF1. If we're gonna be BF1, Black family first, then we need to be in consideration of maybe purchasing not just the 16, because these are 16 masks, but if you can, buy the bigger box. Y'all see these bigger box of masks? These are the masks that are disposable. Now, if I click add to cart, what it says is they can add to cart and the item is available. So it might take some time, but I'm telling you, this morning, before the world goes panicky, and then look, it says as soon as available is March the 20th. So they're about 2 weeks out to get these big packs of masks. But the doctor said the blue goes on the outside and the white goes in the inside. Okay? And then he says you need to pull it down over the face, because you see it's like an accordion. So you got to pull it down over the face. Let me go back. Over the face. Okay. Let me show you again. If you guys don't want to buy this many masks, you say, surely I don't think I need that many masks. And I don't have that kind of money to do that many masks. You can do the 16. So think about buying a $16 mask. But I don't think that 10 is going to be enough. I think that you need to put a little money into yourself and go and buy maybe, okay, if you can't do 100 masks, do like 2 of the 16, which would be about $30 for 20 masks, And you may not say, hey, I don't need to wear these masks every day, or everywhere, unless you're out in public. But like the mall, when you go to the grocery store, church, movie theaters, anything that that there's a large concerts where there's a large congregation of people. Also, with your hands, there are gloves that Amazon sells as well. And these gloves are not super expensive. These are $16 for the larger gloves. And then there's gloves at the bottom. There's all kind of gloves. So I know you guys are going to go look on your own time. So let me keep going. Again, the alert. This morning we find out that this virus has hit China, has now hit Africa, and it's in Nigeria. And I think it's really important that we as Americans pray for each other in America and our African brothers and sisters, and alert them and share this video. Please share this video, that they need to be aware that they can get these items. And like this gentleman said, you want to cover the mask. Now, I was looking up flights, and like I told you guys, I was looking up flights. The interesting part, look at this right here. They said, I ain't gonna try to laugh, but I was like, damn. They say the coronavirus, okay, you could fly from the US to China one way for a cup of coffee. $4. $4. Okay? For a cup of coffee, you can fly to China. That's some cuckoo for Cocoa Pops. So if people say, I just got to go back home to see if my mother's alive, the Chinese people are probably doing. Now, I know you ain't going to see Shirley on none of these flights. Shirley going to be away from you.
A one-way air ticket from the coastal economic hub of Shanghai to the inland municipality of Chongqing, a journey of over 1,400 kilometers, 870 miles, now costs less than a cup of coffee, with Chinese airlines slashing prices in a bid to boost weak domestic demand amid the coronavirus outbreak. The cancellation of around 10,000 flights a day, or around 2/3 of the total number of flights scheduled every day in February, has placed huge financial pressure on airlines and airports.
Listen to this one. $4.10. You can go for $4.10. Ain't that crazy? Look, one way, 3 hours or 3 hours. No, wait, hold on.
The one-way 3-hour flight from Shanghai to Chongqing is being offered for just 29 yuan, $4.10, by China's biggest low-cost carrier, Spring Airlines, as a special offer for its frequent flyer club members, while a tall cafe latte at Starbucks in China costs 32 yuan, $4.5.
Oh, so okay, now I get it. So it's not flying from America there. It's flying within China to one other parts of the China. Either way, it's cuckoo for Cocoa Pops. Are they still running flights here? Let's look. Let's read this one.
Shenzhen Airlines, a division of state-owned carrier Air China, is also running special offers to Chongqing, with a one-way ticket for the 1,000 kilometers, 621 miles journey from Shenzhen costing just 100 yuan, $1.14, around 5% of the standard price of 1,940 yuan, $276, for the flight that lasts 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Okay, now it says coronavirus travel ban placed on airline restriction. See, but let me tell you how these people are circumventing this. I told you, be conscious and be careful. Don't think that the Chinese people are not still coming here. They are. They're coming here via Mexico, like I showed you here, and via Japan. Here's Japan. You can fly out of Japan, and it's got a 17-hour. Let me make this larger so that y'all can see this. A 17-hour and 42-minute layover. Okay, so these people are still coming here, and then you're supposed to go to Shanghai, and then you go here, other part of China, then U.S., and then Mexico. But guess what? You sit in 3 hours. Now I've been told they're retaining people for 5 hours, so they may not let these people off this plane. Okay, so that might not be able to get off. This was 6 hours. They might let them off. And this one's definitely going to get off. You ain't going to sit in no plane for those 17 hours and 42 minutes. You got to go to the bathroom. You got to stretch your legs. You know, too many people passing gas. There's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. But you see what I'm saying? So the same way here. They're coming from Korea. They're getting off in them planes. And they're going here. This is a concern I have because they're telling us that these people are not coming in here, and they are coming here. They're saying, oh, we're denying access from China to America. Well, that's a lie. That's a lie, because they're coming over here, and we need to be conscious, people, that we don't want to be sick like the Pope, because what's going on in Africa is real, and what's going on in America is real with this virus. Okay, who else is out there? He said, surely the Pope is sick after. Yeah, I know. He was over the reception. Wow, with people, the coronavirus days after Ash Wednesday. It's going crazy. You know, Lisa, you know how they always touch each other and hug each other, and them Catholic people, they kind of feely touchy. Yeah, that's some real stuff going on. You said it takes up to 20 days. I was told it takes up to 14 days. But people don't know. Now, I did have a friend just come back, Doug, from Australia, and they retained them. They held them for 5 hours, and then they let them go. So people, and apparently he also, took a flight from Australia, and he made 3 different stops in China, and then they came to America, but they still did a retaining for them. So they retained the person, and they kept them going. They have the most problem with the elderly. Respiratory problem. Yeah, the elderly are having a respiratory problem. TP, honey. Let's talk about the food and the people. Now, I'm just going to do a disclosure. I am not a racist. But I'm about to tell you how I really feel. If I see Chinese people, I walk the other way. If I see anyone that I'm skeptical if they coughing or they don't seem to be in a good amount of health, I walk the other way. I'm not eating Chinese food because this virus was contrived from laboratories. And also, I believe this is a spiritual issue. Now, listen, pay attention. Get the thumbs up. Get the thumbs up. I need you guys to pay attention and share this on different platforms. Again, this is from the book of Shirley. The Bible has told us that we can't eat weird stuff. And you saw on Mr. Research on his channel where these people eat cats, they eat dogs, they eat camel, they eat porcupines, they eat peacocks. There are certain things that we are not supposed to eat that God has put on this land. And because of that, there are repercussions. I believe we are living the repercussions of a lifestyle we should not have been doing. And we've embraced cultures and religions that we should not be doing. These people don't believe in the same Christian Judeo values. Now, you may not be a Christian watching this video, so bear with me through this time of my spiritual releasing upon you. If you go to certain parts in Washington, D.C., there are scriptures embedded in marble, like statues and things of that nature, and just relics and plaques on the wall that talk about God and Christ and scriptures. So that is part of the founding fathers of America. I believe that we are contrived from the book of Shirley of spirit, mind, and body. And I believe that what has happened in America and in the world is that there are cultures of people who have disrespected God. What China's doing in Africa is wrong. What China has been doing to the world is wrong in the sense of not telling us the real truth about this disease, not telling us the real truth about their economic platform. They've been stealing people's intellectual property rights. All these things are all coming to congregate together. And I believe it is a spiritual warfare, and I believe that we are in trouble. Elisa says it's Deuteronomies. I cannot talk, so please bear with me because I'm tired. It's early in the morning, but this was on my spirit, so I wanted to share this with you. And I think, Lisa, you're absolutely right. Okay, Doug, so you went back. I told you. Okay. Initially, they said 14 days. Oh, damn. Excuse me. And now it is 28 days. Stop the madness. Oh, my God. Like, oh, my God. So you don't show the signs until after a month? That's kind of cuckoo for Cocoa Pop. Check your food and buy. Okay. Here's another thing. Let's go back to this. Again, I'm not a racist, but I want to help you out. When you go buy food, those bags that the people, a lot of people, they bring their own bags, at least in California. This is for Californians because you guys, at least you're smarter out of state. Make sure you guys be careful because the cashier person is touching a lot of different bags, and we need to make sure we keep our hands clean and away from that because that's important. Check your food that you're buying from the grocery because a lot of food is imported from China. Let me tell you another thing that's going on. I told you a lot of online businesses are backed up because they have shut down the China warehouses. Black women who wear wigs, note to self, you might want to stock up on wigs that are maybe in existing stores now because a lot of people buy these wigs online and these wigs come from China. So again, it's airborne and it can attach itself on the surface. I don't know how long it can live. So even with it, you buying food from the store, that's a concern. They'll get anything. Oh yeah, they'll get anything. That's crazy, right? I've heard all kind of crazy stories. Allegedly, I'm gonna do another allegedly. I have a friend who was Chinese who showed me personally. I won't say his name, and I was like, I don't know why he showed me this disgusting pictures, but apparently they even eat feces, babies, little babies, like human babies, right before they're born, or stillborn babies. Disgusting. It's part of their culture. I don't know what it's called, but they do some really weird shit. And I'm thinking God is just like he's tired. He's not going to put up with this disrespect of the law of the land and what we should be doing and what we should not be doing. But I tell you one thing, this is one way to get these borders shut down. We need to shut the borders down. We need to tell President Trump, here is your opportunity and your window to get the majority of Americans to finally wake up and back this president and shut them damn borders down. Because them damn borders are a major issue in America. And we need to talk about that because these people, I already showed you on the airlines, they are flying in via saying, oh, I'm going to Mexico, but they're not. They're going straight to America because they're taking advantage of the layover. And the layovers ain't no joke. So, so watch the people breathing around you and be conscious and get your mask. Go buy your mask because your masks are important to have. We all need to have our mask. Let me show you one more video. Hold on a second. Because this is important that we understand. One more thing about this video I want to bring out.
It works, but several things. Number one, you must have the right protective equipment, the right mask. Now, this is the right mask. You see, it has a blue color on the outside.
Okay, he says it has a blue color on the outside. Now, and listen, make sure when you put this mask on, you put it on correctly. Make sure when you talk to people and they have masks that are friends of yours, that they put them on correctly. This could be like the Black Plague. This is no joke. This is no joke. Don't wait till it's severe and then you catch it. And like you just saw, Doug stated, it's no longer 14 days, it's 28 days.
Because it's waterproof. Then you have white on the inside, which is absorbent.
Yeah.
So he said the white part of the mask is absorbent. So your coughing, whatever you talk, all your own body fluids, whatever's going to absorb into the mask when you cough. Just everyday coughing.
If I cough, it absorbs it now. So you're going to wear it like this. The blue on the outside, the white on the inside. You have seen people wearing it like this.
Now I want you to notice, if you notice, see these little ridges right here? This is what I call an accordion. Because you're going to stretch that mask, all over your face.
Totally wrong, you see. You see people have wearing masks, it's only one piece of paper. Those are not for infection control. You see this here? This tight little thick band here is to show you that you should put it on the top.
Yep.
Why?
Now notice how he pinched the nose and he's putting it around the ears. These are the masks you need. Now I grant you, you got the 3M mask because in our mind we think we need it thicker. But what I find interesting, if you got the money, go buy both. Buy this mask and then put put this mask on and then put the 3M mask on as well.
Why? Because once you wear it, then you squeeze it so that it matches.
You got to pinch the nose, yeah.
You pinch the nose, and then you
pinch the nose and then you pull it down. The reason why you pinch the nose because you want it to really form. You want it to form to your face. Remember that. If it's just kind of passing over the face, it's not going to be as well connected and protected over your face. And then you want to have gloves and you want to keep your hands out of your face and your eyes because we use our hands and we're still touching things, but keep your hands away from your face and your eyes.
Put it down. Very important because you don't need to fall like this. If you see someone doing it, say, hey, please, you got to cover your nose. Have you seen doctors doing this? You know, talking to you like
this.
This is wrong. The removal is just as important.
The removal, listen, it's just as important. Why? Because when you remove this mask, you want to make sure you don't touch it.
Listen to this. Because once you wear a mask, you should consider it dirty. Then when you remove, you don't touch it. You remove it such that, you remove it such that it touches, sorry. You remove it, don't touch it and drop it. And then do hand hygiene.
Yeah.
So I just want to give you guys words of encouragement. Look, this is not a fun subject matter, but it's a reality subject matter. And that reality is we are living in times where people have disrespected God and they have disrespected country. And we have to understand there are wicked ways that are out there. And the Bible talks about that. But we have to understand that we live by mercy and grace. I plead the blood of Jesus over us. And I just want to do a prayer, and I want to give you a little video of positivity before I hang up on this video. And I know it's early, and forgive me if I'm stuttering and stuff. It's early in the morning, but I read this article and it really just bothered me because there's not enough of us talking to our community to protect ourselves as people, as activists, as leaders, and especially the African American descendants of slaves. I really want to encourage you guys to go out and buy those masks on Amazon. And if you could buy some extra masks to help somebody, let's do that. Let's really do that, because the more things that we know, the more consciousness we can be a blessing. And we might save someone's life. We definitely might save someone's life, because it's important that we stay conscious of what's abreast and what we're dealing with. I'm not going to go out and eat with this Chinese food. I'm not mingling. I'm not even going to my Korean spas. And that does not help me, because I love my Korean spas. But I'm not going there. I'm not going there. It's just not safe. It's not wise. We want to use wisdom. Listen to me. We need to use wisdom during these times, because that's the problem. We're not using wisdom. We're just thinking, oh, it's just something. It's only one or two people. Well, those one or two people could be you, and they don't need to be you. Stay hydrated, by the way. They say do not let your body become dehydrated. Electrolytes are probably good to have as well, but you definitely want to stay hydrated. So I'm going to pray real quick, and I'm going to leave you with a real positive, uplifting video. And I want to thank you so much for giving me your morning. I want you to be encouraged, have faith. Let's pray for one another, that God will give you the desires of your hearts and keep you safe, and that He will watch over you, and that He will bring you conscious of that you need to be careful and coherent and awoke to the subject matter and the hands going on around you. The things that are as far as people and conversations, and when they want to touch you and hug you and kiss you or whatever, you need to marginalize that, especially if you don't know these people and you know these people are very friendly. You might want to encourage some of your friendly friends. Whoa, 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 whoa. You need to tone that down some. I notice you're extra friendly and you like to touch and feel. But if I were you, I would tone that back, because what is going on here is no joke. Is no joke. So, Father God, we thank you and praise you for this morning. And we just pray for the people who are watching this channel, that they stay safe from harm, that the blood of Jesus is put upon them, and that they use wisdom, that they take precaution, and that they will take money and invest it in their safety and their sanity and their friends and their loved ones. And Lord, I thank you that you're Jehovah Jireh, that you are our provider. You are providing for us, Father, and that we just pray for this country, America. We pray for its leaders, and we pray for the right people to run this country, that we learn to be better respect for each other, and have better persons to one another. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Okay, so I've got one more video. I've got to show you this one. This one's actually on my Facebook page. Make sure you guys follow me on Facebook. This one right here is full, but I have another Facebook you can follow me on. It's my fan page, so please follow me on Facebook. But I wanted to give you just one last little piece of encouragement so that you're inspired. It's important to be inspired, because there's just too many people who don't want us to be inspired. And I want to inspire.
And I was immediately offended. And I said, yeah, I was born.
This young woman worked at Target, and this lady saw her. She says, "Oh, you're so beautiful." And she says, "Are you from here? Are you from this country?" And she said, "I was a little offended by that, but yeah, I am. But I want to tell you, be of hope and be of cheer, because there's some things in life where people will tell you, no, you can't make it, you can't do it. I want to encourage you and tell you, you can. You really, really can."
She then asked me, were you born in this country? And I was immediately offended. And I said, yeah, I was born in this country. And then she says, do you have any kids? I said, no, I don't have any kids. She then asked me if I was married. And then I said, no, ma'am, I am not married. She says, how old are you? I said, 19. May I help you find something? She then says, you are the most beautiful girl I have seen. And I said, oh, thank you. And then she says, I think you could be the next Miss USA. I'm in the Army, okay? We don't do pageants in the Army. She then asked me to meet her at Starbucks the very next day before my next shift at Target. And apparently I was a pretty open-minded 19-year-old because I actually agreed to meet her the very next day. The next day, she brought this foot-tall stack of pageant books and proceeds to convince me to enter into a state pageant. So 3 months later, I compete in my first pageant and I lose. I go back the second year, compete in the state pageant. I lose. Go back the third year, compete in the state pageant and lose. Go back the fourth year, compete in the same pageant and lose. I go back the fifth year, y'all. Compete in the state pageant and lose. But guess what? I go back the sixth year. Guess what happens? I lose. I called her on the phone and said, you told me I could be the next Miss USA. And she says, Deshauna, keep working, don't quit, keep going back. And in June of 2015, she passes away from leukemia. 6 months later, in December 2015, I win Miss District of Columbia, USA. And 6 months after that, in June of 2016, I become the first soldier to win Miss USA. At times, our purpose drops in our laps as if the heavens threw it by accident. I ask only one thing of you all today after you leave this building. Do not fear failure, but please be terrified of regret. Giving up is the birth of regret. After you walk out this door, you will receive 100 doors shut, slam in your face. You will have 100 moments that will be filled with someone telling you no, or telling you, thank you for your application, but we regret to inform you that we've chosen a different candidate for this job. You will sit in 100 different interviews and you will not get the job. The reality of life is that we will all hear more no's than we hear yeses. And we will fail a lot, and I mean a whole lot. But what I ask of you today is to not take no for an answer. Don't be afraid of no's. Be afraid of the possibility of a yes that you have prematurely destroyed because you decided to quit before the clock strikes 12. I love a good no. Please tell me no. Telling me no is like adding fuel to a fire that is now set ablaze because of your single no. So today I challenge you to fight, to work, to not stop here, to believe so heavily in your aspirations that you too will not fear the word no, but instead you will choose to welcome it. She then asked me, were you born in this country?
I want to encourage you. Keep your head up. Be conscious. Stay woke. And remember that you are loved, you are appreciated, and you are not alone in this world. God has a plan and a purpose. No matter what is going on in this country, where we may question why, what, and what purpose is this virus that could turn into a plague happening in this country. And many of us may see people now that may not be here a year from now. I want to encourage you. I want to motivate you to stay woke so that if it does come your way, someone you know who might be affected by this, you've done your part. You planted the seeds of goodness, of consciousness, and awareness of how they need to take care of themselves, and you as well need to take care of yourself. I really appreciate the thumbs up and share this video. Please get the thumbs up in the room, and thank you for sharing this video. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your consciousness. And let's talk soon. I'm going to talk on another subject real soon, but please share this video and pray for the people in Africa. Talk to you soon. Good morning and good night.